All right, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another GeoGuessr video. I'm trying a new camera placement today, so hopefully we'll see how that goes. Got the CS up on the other monitor, as you guys can see by the mirror reflection. So, yeah, in case you guys are wondering what I'm watching, it is the some CS. All right, we're starting today at 1929, which is 66th in the world and 8th in the United States. So let's try to gain some ELA today, and I will see you guys when I find an opponent. All right, game here against 77 Angels, 1683. And we start off in... Can't read the road number, unfortunately. I wish I knew the abbreviation as well, but I just don't. So we will just be clicking probably in the middle of Thailand. Looks quite hilly. It ends up being Kanchanaburi there. Fair enough. Probably knowable if I knew the province abbreviation written in Thai there, but unfortunately, your boy can't read Thai. Round 2. In what looks like Argentina, I think. Sun is north. It looks Panhandle adjacent. I don't know. I guess I'm clicking here. It could just be Brazil, you know, like Rio Grande do Sul. No, it does end up being Anteriores there. We lose 17 points of damage. We'll move on to round 3. In New Zealand on this one. Interesting landscape here. It's quite flat. We have a little ridge there. It feels like around Mount Taranaki area. But yeah, I'm not like super sure about this one. I guess we'll give it a go. Snow Maltese. Hey, it ends up being max south there. I guess that makes sense. Nice guess by 77 Angels there. Maybe I should be trusting the fence. It was very flat. This one we're driving left. We have some coconut palms here. Very dry. First thought was Sula here, I think. Philly is also an option, but it does look like we're shaded somewhat left. Yeah, I'm thinking Sula here is quite reasonable. We're gonna give it a go. There is a lot of Philippines coverage that does look like this, though. Ooh, it is Sumba there. That's a very tough get. That's a very tough Sumba get, I think. But we do pick up 1669 for it, so back to even. Round 5, 1.5x damage in either Malaysia or Indonesia here, I think. Trying to make out the buildings through the way there. Can't really do it. So I think just a Riau click is in order. And it does end up being Bengkulu there. Once again, bit of a tougher round, but we pick up 46 damage for it. And we'll hop into round 6, double damage. In Bangladesh. Copyright is 25, I think, so yeah, really can't do too much about this one. I think I'm just going to go Dhaka here. Ends up being in Bogora State, 32 points. And we'll hop in round 7. And let's see what we got. Looks like Brazil here. Thinking these palms are interesting, you know. I was thinking Minas Gerais seems most interesting to me. I think that was my thought. But I'm a bit worried about Maranhão now with these stuff. I don't know. I think I'm going to go Minas Gerais and just trust my gut instinct. It ends up being Mato Grosso, very hilly there. That is a bit of a tough one. That's going to be 1700 damage. I don't know how to get that, really. But it's fair enough. Round 8. In Greece, I guess? Greece small cam, I think. Looking south into a pretty big valley. I think we're going to go for this hedge. Hedge a bit for some of the islands here. Ends up being Crete, which I probably could have found if given enough time, because we're looking into this valley here. But yeah, they did just insta-send there, so didn't have much time to think about it. And we move on to round 9, 3.5x damage in Interesting coastal looking tree here. I'm not sure which country it is. Houses don't immediately stretch. Like, Cornwall seems quite reasonable. Do I go for this hedge? I think this hedge is reasonable, right? Okay, it does end up being Ireland there. I don't know. Didn't really feel like Ireland, but, you know, we'll take the points, 438. They are in Northern Ireland, around 10 quad damage. In the Senegal, it looks like. No idea. No idea. We're just gonna go for Tuba. Hope for the best. Does end up being coastal there. Okay, fair enough. Felt very dry, but it is very deserty in Senegal. As we move into round 11. In a pretty... I wouldn't say the easiest Europe here. We know we're in Europe because we do have that antenna that's showing. One of my thoughts was Eastern Slovenia here. I don't know, this fence here feels a bit odd. Poland also came to mind. Yeah, I'm not loving this round, really. I'm thinking more Eastern Europe than Western Europe, I think. So I'm between Poland. I could really see a Poland here, I think. Am I going Poland? Sure. I'm like between there and like Eastern Slovenia for some reason. I guess Poland just feels a bit more likely to me. So I think that's what I'm trying. Obviously don't feel confident about it. Maybe this guardrail is flat here? So it's possible. It's actually France. Okay. Well, we're both in Poland there. I lose 626, which is a bit unfortunate, but... yeah. I don't know. That's a bit of a hard one. We do get a Philippines here. At this point, 5x damage. I mean, either of us can win. But I am obviously a bit more at risk, down 2,000 health. Now the question is, do you go lose on here or do you not go lose on here? I think I'm going lose on here. Okay, well, the gamble paid off and we end up winning, I think, off of that. GG's. That was a good fight by 77 Angels. I got a little bit scared. I thought the coverage really did fit for lose on. We do pick up 6 rating for that. We're up to 1935. And I'll see you guys when I find my next opponent here. All right, game against Lubec here, 1914 on no move. Round 1 in Australia. Probably just Queensland then. We have a bunch of coconut palm spam. Red plates, I think, should be Queensland, right? And yeah, we'll just drop it somewhere. Sunshine Coast, perhaps. It's a little hedge ski. Maybe I should just be going Brisbane here. Oh, it's actually all the way up there in Proserpine. 1549. We'll hop into round 2. In Brazil. Trident pull, no support, huh? Okay. Interesting. Trident pull's throwing me off a little bit. I guess you have to go north here? You just go Piaui, maybe? Okay, it is Maranhão. I guess... I mean, that is the most likely option with the Trident pull there. I just didn't think it looked like Maranhão. Or Maranhão, sorry. Round 3. In Mexico. You have some yucca. So with the yucca plants, these probably guess around like this Durango, Zacatecas area here somewhere. Yeah, I think we're just gonna hedge it here. And it was this other road here. which probably could be line-upable. 248, though. We'll take the points, which we desperately needed, and we'll hop into round 4 now. In US, can't really read what that says, unfortunately. Looks like Ozarks to me, I feel like. With this forest here, I think Ozarks is quite reasonable. Yeah, I think that's probably my best go, is to go Ozark National Forest or something like that. So let's try it. Ooh, ends up being Western Virginia there. Fair enough. 1203. Hopping around 5 now. Significant health disadvantage. Hop into a Europe. And what is this exactly? What Europe is this exactly? Not sure. Is it just Germany? This house is weird. What's the copyright here? 23. So it could fit for Germany. Like Eastern Germany. We have a thatched roof there, which is interesting. And we have that house. That house is quite... I think Northern Germany is like my best thought here. We go like Tetero? I don't know. Okay, it does end up being all the way out here in Worthe. But we do pick up 420 for that. Glad that we worked that out. Round 6. Double damage. Thatch roof usually pushes you more north than in Germany, of course. And we are in something. What is this? I don't know this. Is it actually south with this pine forest? No, because we have birches. So what is it then? We don't have red car, so I shouldn't be going Kemerovo here, but it's just the most okay. I mean, that's gonna be GG. I think I kind of got confused there with yeah, it not being red car. I guess it wasn't really spring. I mean, it is spring. Okay. I don't know. I've never seen mountains like this in the, I guess it makes sense. But maybe just a tough get for me to get Eastern Penza there. Fair enough. All right. Well, let's queue for another game here. I'll see you guys when I find an opponent. All right, game here against AI-generated Brain 1776. And we start off in Ghana, it looks like. We do have that Carbler. I don't know. You probably just click somewhere here. All white lines as well. Everything fits. And we will see how okay this region guess is. I mean, we do have some palm, so thinking a bit closer to the coast. Was just Kumasi, which is fair enough. That's going to be 172, and we hop into round 2. No big deal on that one. And we start off, or we get Germany here, which is not good, as AI-generated Brain is German. Trees strike me as a bit more northern to me, like, kind of reminds me of stuff that I could maybe see in Denmark, so I am thinking of just hedging this whole northern part by just clicking south of Hamburg here. It could be the worst region guess of all time, but you're kind of only using the landscape to guess off of here. Little bike lane. Was NRW there, just inside the border. It's only going to be 65 points of damage, though. And we'll hop in around 3. In... Ooh. What is this? I mean, it's probably Southeast Asia, I guess. I'm really thinking Thailand or maybe Indo here. I don't know. How bad of a guess is Thailand here? I feel like it's pretty bad, but I can't shake the feeling. Okay, I mean, that's just a good guess by them. I don't know. 1366. I respect the commitment as well. I kind of went south of Bangkok in the Bay because I wanted to hedge a little bit. Try to lose minimal points there, but yeah, good gets. We hop into Canada here. Thinking Alberta or Sask. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Let's just drop it here. Hope for the best. Could be even a bit more south than this, but Canada it is quite tough. Unless you do some road learning. It's just North Sask there. Very nice get. And we are down another 1333. We happen around 5, 1.5x damage. In Chile is not summer. I guess you just click somewhere here then. Chian, something like that. And we'll see where they go. It is just northeast of Valdivia there. So it was summer. 291, flopping around 6. Double damage. In 2025, I mean, Italy comes to mind, I think, with this sign. It's small cam again. Sign looks Italian, I guess. I just don't know where in Italy to guess. Like, it looks south? Maybe. Doesn't exactly strike me as a Greek sign, because I feel like it would be yellow sometimes. So I guess I'm going Italy. Okay, fair enough. Oh, we had the water there, didn't we? Okay. Yeah, round 7. In Sula? First thing that comes to mind here. I think it's reasonable. Houses don't look Java. Like, we don't have clear tiled roofs. We bounce to our east and south-ish. Something here? Let's try here. I think it's probably Indo, right? I just don't know exactly where. It is just Sula, but this makes sense with the mountains east. I just didn't think there would be like a random hill south here, I guess. But sure, round 8. We do some damage at least for the first time. And we hop into another Thailand, which they cooked on the last one. I don't know. I think we just hedge here. Or Kanchanaburi, North Stuff, Pechabun. Hopefully we don't lose. We lose if they 5k, of course, but trying to get a better round than this, I think, is probably the plan. It does end up being north there, in Lamphun. They kind of go for stuff that I was considering, like, near Myanmar border. Round 9. 3.5. In what I would expect to be Sumatra, I think, with this pull. Thinking South Sumatra Lampung here? Or Lampung, sorry. I don't know why I added an F. Yeah, we're going to try Palembang here. If it ends up being Riau or Jambi, that is a bit tough. We probably will lose the game. I think the soil fits maybe a bit more. It's just, that's going to be game, I think. GG. Never mind, not GG. Almost GG. I thought it was. We still have a chance. Round 10. Quad damage. On the N35. Yeah, we better get to scanning, because we need to 5k this. N35, N36, N34. N31, N33, and they found it. Oh, it's here. Okay. Oh, but it's the entire road, isn't it? This is bad. Okay, luckily it's border. And our last second move there actually saved us. We're up and around 11, 4.5. In the US, could be good. Looks like Appalachia to me. Allegedly. Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking like somewhere up in these ridges here. This area makes sense to me. Might as well try it. We're wrong, we're wrong. But I think it's quite reasonable to try to force an error. And it is just New Hampshire there. Fair enough. And that's a good guess. GG's. 22 rating down the drain. We're down to sub 1900. Hopefully we can get a couple more wins here, but we'll see. I'll queue up for another game here, and I'll see you guys when I find my next opponent. All right, game here against Bezzo, 1799. We start off in Russia, it looks like. Painted trees, don't see any birches. Probably looks south to me. I'm gonna try something like this. It's just Nalchik there. Couldn't see any mountains, but regardless, it's fine. We lose 91 points of health, and we'll hop into round 2 in Romania. It looks like dashes like this. Interesting landscape with mountains like that north. Short foothills. I think I'm just gonna send around Bucharest. And it's just a ridge here. There's a ridge here? I guess so. Fair enough. Nice guess. Hopping around 3. In Australia. Ooh. I don't know this, unfortunately. Oh, it's this road. I always forget this road has black car, man. 1863. Down the drain. I knew the Vic car, or sorry, the Queensland car that goes into like Birdsville and stuff should be a white car, so that's why I kind of disregarded that, but it makes sense that it's South Australia there. Pretty easy, Finland. We do our first damage of the duel. And let's hop into round 5 now. I can hear my washer dryer going off. I don't think you guys can hear it, but I hear it in the background. Ontario guardrail with the diamond there. And we're just going to try to line up a road here, northwest. I mean, we could just go this road or that road. I don't know. Let's try this one. Okay, well, it did end up being another one. Tough. 362. Stopping around 6, double damage. In Guam, I'd say it's probably Guam or NMI. Now, as for which one, do I go for a hedge? Sure. Okay, well, that is one way to win, for sure. GG's. Christmas Island makes sense, actually, now that I think about it, but I think we would have saw the truck there, because we're looking at the back of the car. Driving right? Yeah. Fair enough. All right, we got enough time for one more game, so I'll see you guys when I find my next opponent here. All right, last opponent is going to be Pav here in No Move 1939. And we have some Madia pulls here, so that certainly works. Don't have boxcar, Madia pull. Looks quite deserty, so I'm going to go up here or near Rajasthan. I think here is reasonable enough. Let's try it. Okay, was in this pocket here. very dry, deserty looking stuff. Usually just click up here. For me, at least, when we know we're in Madhya Pradesh with the pull, with the 8-frame pull, round 2. Looking like Oregon to Washington here. We have wide lines, these southern style reflectors that you also get along the West Coast states and the southern states. And the bollard definitely fits. As for where, I think I'm going Oregon here. Somewhere up in here should work. Somewhere up in here should do the trick. Let's try here. It does end up being Washington. Fair enough. We do lose 185. And let's hop into round 3 now. And no move. And we get another NA looking like... You get these in Quebec usually, right? I think. We do have double... It's interesting. I feel like the... I guess you would get this in Quebec, and we do have Quebec bollards, so I should not be sending Nova Scotia here. As for the road, I have no idea. I'm thinking this road, but we're driving south? I don't know. Yeah, it is this road. We are driving south there. Fair enough. I'll take it, 148. Move on to round 4. Just assume the road would be driving north, away from capital. I don't know. Maybe I'm trolling with that. Once again, I have these trident pulls. We have supports on this one, though. Which is interesting. I wouldn't expect you to get too many supports in Morano. So... what does that mean? What does that mean? So we could try Belém. Guess we could try a Belém. See where Pav goes on this one. And it ends up being Acre. Oh, it's probably a very famous road. I don't know. We had heavy deforestation there. It does make sense. I don't know. The palms like kind of threw me off. I can't lie. All right, we should have a greasier wooden poles with small cam. It looks like. And I can't see this being anywhere other than mainland Greece. And we'll click somewhere near Ioannina. Oh, wait. Round 6 in Namibia, I think. Driving left. Right? Should be. Sun is north. Dude, I did not look at this country at all. I can't lie to you. I'm just clicking middleman. Okay. It's good enough. Can live with it. 636 down the drain. We'll hop in around 7. 2.5 in Australia again. And this could not be good for me. It's very possible. Dude, I have no idea. I mean, do you actually go this road this time? It's reasonable enough, right? Now we're on like the longest curve of all time, I guess. Maybe here. I don't know. Pavement looks very different from that other one, but I'm so bad at Australia sometimes. I started mapping and then... okay, it's actually the road here. Yeah, I mean, we're quite fortunate to pick up 2180 there. I can't lie. We 5k, we win, but yeah, I'm not 5k in that round 8. In Brazil, we do have rounded poles here. Looks quite Rio Espirito Santo with these mountains. Seems reasonable enough, right? Don't think we have an area code anywhere. Can't read what that says, unfortunately. Yeah. Okay. We will be going tri-point then. Which I think is always the best hedge, but knowing my luck, it's just going to be like North Espirito Santo. It just ends up being Espirito Santo. I probably could have just committed, but it's all good. 16-11. We'll take the points. We'll move on to round 9, 3.5x damage. In... Oh, no. It is Ukraine. Looks south. I don't know what that means, guys. I don't even know what that means. Can't tell you. We need a hedge. Okay. Nova Kakovka is what it said, probably. 1488. I just have to hedge so I don't lose. Round 10, quad damage. In Colombia, we do have a yellow plate here. Looks like a famous road. I've seen this before, haven't I? Just don't remember where it is, unfortunately. Trying to think about where it could be. I don't know. Do you just head somewhere in here? Or is it going to be like one of these white roads going to Chingaza or something? I've definitely seen this before. I just don't remember exactly where it is. So I think I'm going to give it a hedge. It just ends up being this road here on the 20. Fair enough. It's going to be GG. Unlucky there, guys. It's just one of those, if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. And I just didn't. Actually surprised. How... Is it... Oh. Is it like most of this? That's just like this overcast stuff? It is. This is just the most knowable road of all time. Well, never forgetting it now, I guess. All right, well, we take some elo loss today. It happens, guys. Sometimes you have some bad days. Sometimes you have some good days. It won't let me go to the main menu, which is fantastic. There we go. 1893, which is going to be 88th in the world and 9th in the United States. Hopefully you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, of course. And I will see you guys tomorrow for another GeoGuessr video. Peace.